This is episode 1, my complete journey from going from $0 to my first $1 million in wholesaling real estate in my first 18 months. And today's video is going to just break down my exact first starting point, right? Starting in 2024, I was wholesaling for 2 months and I decided to make the change that I'm never going to do this again and just go all into Novations. And my hope for a video today is that I can convince you and help you understand that you should do the same. Stop doing wholesales and do more Novations. So let's get into it. If you don't know me, my name's Tyler, and my complete entire mission is to make sure everyone understands the power of Novations and stops trying to do the same old dead method of regular wholesale deals and just finding buyers off market and trying to make a living out of it, because that method is quickly becoming dead and not as powerful as it used to be. So over the next few episodes, I'm going to break down exactly how I made my first $1 million in the first 18 months using only Novation deals. So hopefully you can take something out of it as well and start doing Novation deals yourself. So going back, starting 2024, okay, when I first started wholesaling, right, no Novations or anything, just typical tried and true method, find some videos online, figure, give it a shot. What ended up happening was I went the first 2 months and quickly found out that, okay, this is a lot more work than I expected. Little did I know that's, not really how it should have been, but I thought it was way more work than it actually was. Whether that's, trying to find all sellers who even wanted to sell, then even if I did get a deal locked up in those first 2 months, having to call all the actual cash buyers and actually schedule them to go out, let alone if I was even getting a hold of all the cash buyers that I needed to, let alone was the first biggest struggle. Not to mention all the actual additional points of me speaking with the seller, pretending to be someone or something that I wasn't, as if I'm the buyer, was extremely stressful on my end, because again, I don't lie. I can't do it. And when I do, I kind of don't act like myself. So it was extremely difficult for me to wrap my head around it, because I see online all these people making so much money, and yet I'm trying it and I have the work ethic, but something's not sticking. And so that's why 2 months into my wholesaling journey, I decided to say, you know what? The only thing I'm going to do is Novations. I saw it online somewhere and I said, you know what? If this is going to work in any which way, it's going to be through the form of Novations, which by now, if you don't know what a Novation is, what it is you take a property the same as you would for a wholesale deal, okay? But instead of you pretending to be the end buyer, you tell the homeowner you're going to sell the property for them, market the property out to your buyers for them in order to get them a higher price, and you make your price in the middle. Now, the key to this is I'm transparent with them. And so right off the bat, I saw that and I was like, okay, well, there's something here that if I can be who I naturally am, I can be transparent. And if a deal's meant to happen, it's going to happen. But if it's not meant to happen, it's not going to happen, right? I don't like living a lie. And so for me to have my business shaped around that, it didn't make sense. And that's why it didn't work for me. And so once I kind of wrapped my head around Novation and understood that also on the dispo end, when I'm no longer having to call cash buyers, because the power of Novation is that when you have a deal locked up, the agent sells the deal for you, right? You don't sell the deal. You don't call 60 buyers a day. The agent puts it on the market and the buyers all come to it. And the agent does what the agent's supposed to do. That's why they're getting paid, and sells the actual deal. Your job on the dispo end is a fraction of the amount of work on the wholesale end, because you're just managing the agent and making sure they have what they need and are doing what they're supposed to, which then in return, the power of it for me, considering I was really, really good at sales in the beginning, was it gave me more time to go lock up more contracts and be more bullish on things, because guess what? If I get a deal locked up, I didn't have to go the next 2 to 4 weeks grinding my ass away, calling a billion people a day to try and maybe close a deal. I get it locked up, I put it on the market, and if it's a good deal, it's going to sell. Other than that, my only focus was now to lock up more contracts. So during that process, in August of 2024, the second I decided to say, you know what, fuck this, I'm not doing any more wholesales, I closed my first Novation deal. Very quick, okay, a lot quicker than usual, but I closed my first deal in August 2024. Since that point, I've now done and made my first $1 million only doing Novation deals. Right now, truthfully, I think there's maybe been 2 to 4 wholesale deals in there, right? Where sometimes you just kind of throw it in there if it makes sense. But everything I do is Novations, not because of, I want to be some secret little special guy, but because of the power of it. It allows for more time for what you want to do. It allows for me to go do what I enjoy most and what I'm best at, right? During that time I was calling. And so it was kind of a no-brainer, right? You hear that term, people say work smarter, not harder, right? It's literally the exact definition of Novation is working smarter, wholesale is working harder, okay? Now, I can go into, all the crazy in-depth deals and everything about why wholesale is better than Novation. But again, I want this just episode 1 to just be relatable so you understand that, I didn't just jump into this and just, made my first Novation deal, and now I close $1 billion in Novation deals. No, it doesn't work like that, right? Everyone has a story. And it usually starts with people finding out the hard way, right? You try wholesale deals. You might be going through it yourself right now where, you're trying to call cash buyers, you're trying to find sellers, and you're trying to like sneak one past them. And it's just a whole wraparound, right? It comes a point in time that it is a lot easier for you to just do what you want to do just by changing your method. And you don't have to do anything additional. And that's exactly what I did, and that's why I got the results that I did. And so again, a little bit of the intention of me making this first video for episode 1 is just for you to understand that I was there too. It's just the exact point you are in right now. And my intention is that over the next few episodes of me explaining my entire breakdown and process, what I learned, what I, found out the hard way that you don't have to, can maybe save you that time and effort and kind of see those results a lot faster than one might do trying to follow the old way. So if this interests you in any way, you're in the wholesaling space, you're a new wholesaler, you're already a successful wholesaler by any means, whether you're doing $10K a month all the way up to $100,000 a month, right? Novations are not a beginner thing or experienced thing. It can literally adapt to anyone because it is really no different than a wholesale. Principle is the same. There's only a few moving parts, and even then it takes probably about a few days to learn those moving parts, and now you have a skill set that can literally be uncapped. So if this interests you in any way, and you see some value in this, stay tuned for the next few episodes that come. And as always, if you ever have any questions, you want to reach out to me directly, link will be to my Instagram in the bio.